Well, I guess that worked out. Hey, what's happening? How's everybody? Wow, what just went on here? Guess we live. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Lisa? How are you? I guess I guess this thing is working. Um it's cold. It's January the 21st. It is Wednesday, January the 21st. It is cold as hell. It is actually, let's see, it is 27 degrees where I'm at, only to be going down later on. It's going to be going down from here. It's supposed to be some cold shit going on this weekend all across uh, from Midwest to the East. It's supposed to be awful out there. Um, so, good luck with that. I am I'm happy though. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good because I'm weathering this storm much better than I normally do. I say that all the time. I want y'all to know that that is the truth. I am weathering this winter outstanding. You know, I'm golly. I've literally not had winters where I was this upbeat. And so, that said, how are you? Are you good? Everything good? I'm personally, like I said, I'm doing pretty good. Not gonna complain at all. Uh just been sitting there, been here checking out the goings on, such as what was going on in Davos over there overseas, where the billionaires gathered to listen to the craziest billionaire of them all talk. And he's been the talk of the town ever since. So, hey, what's up, Carmen? How are you? That's been the talk of the town. Um, for those that did not watch the speech, I watched some of it and I grabbed a few excerpts from it. Just you know, it's more of the same craziness, but on display at that speech today, the racism spewed out of the dude like you just flat out, right out in the open, just flat out. Hey, we gotta we gotta get rid of everybody that ain't white. He may as well just came and said it, and he said it to all of the nations of the world. Y'all gotta stop letting anything but white people in. You know, yeah, yeah, old taco tits. That's what the ladies on I've had it call them Kanko's McTaco tits. Hey, what's up, Ronnie? How you doing? they they call them Kanko's McTaco tits. And that is that's quite impressive. That's quite impressive. um, but those people that follow him, they still following him. He still got a hold on him. Um, I'm gonna play a couple of clips here in a minute, of those that still believe. And I tell you what, what's really funny, I saw a clip too the other day of one of another farmer who has been devastated, and he had no idea how this happened. He just couldn't figure out. I don't understand how this happened to me. You know, us farmers are getting crushed, and somebody has dropped the ball. This is what this man was saying. He said he's been a farmer for 40 years. I've been farming for 40 years, and it ain't never been this bad. I don't know what happened. Somebody dropped the ball. You don't say. If you don't know now what happened, you know, between tariffs, between China, between the big conglomerate farms, because we have to remember the big boys like Monsanto, Arthur Daniel, Midland, them guys are crushing the family farms too. They are destroying the family farms. So it's not just the tariffs. So, just a side rant there before I get off on that tangent. Um, what's going on with you guys? Anything interesting going on that you know about or want to share? I was just curious. I don't know if I've asked that question in a while. Is it anything on you all's mind that you may want to share or ask? And maybe I can answer. I was asked a question today that I had no idea of earlier today. So, hey, if you got something out there you want to ask, chime right in. Your uncle died. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, man, that's not good. Was he elderly? Um, I'm sorry for you. Not to bring down the party. Well, I mean, hey, I did ask, and at this point, I like to think of us as a little family anyway. We get together here and shoot the shit about just about everything under the sun. So I I like to think of us as family, and we can share these moments. Uh, just 82. Wow, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I can only hope to make it to 82. Man. My condolences. Oh, and James says the same thing there. I'm pretty sure you can see that. Yeah, I am sorry for your loss. Will you be doing any traveling, do you think? Or was he there where you are? Just curious. Sorry about that. I was looking at the trying to make sure everything was actually lining up the way it's supposed to. Sorry about that. Um yeah, family lives to be centurions. Wow. Okay. Most of the women live to be well into their hundreds. No travel will have a memorial service in June, Tennessee. Ah, okay. Man. Well, that's good to know that you all have really long lives in your bloodline. You know, that is good to know. I'm hoping we do too. Guess I'll find out. I don't really know. Um, so that said, I'm gonna take a moment. Hey, just to uh, add a little levity because it is always nice to be able to look at something and laugh or either shake your head. So I think this moment actually bears doing that. Um, you you may find this funny, Matter of fact, more Trump supporters. Let's check them out.
Trump committed any crimes with Jeffrey Epstein?
Donald Trump is not a crime committing type person. He doesn't do that. I've gotten to know him over the last several months, and he is honest to a fault. He's absolutely honest. He will not break the law. He will not lie, and he will not break the law.
You don't think Donald Trump would lie?
No, he won't lie.
Really? Ever? You don't think he'd ever lie?
So he has a very strong conviction about truth. He started a social media company called Truth Social.
Right.
Do anybody want to break the news to her? Hey, Charles, what's going on? Yeah, hey, Charles, she must be talking about another Donald Trump. Maybe she talking about like Donald Michael Trump, not Donald John Trump. And you know, watching a speech like the one today, like I said the other day, when we're sitting here watching the man talk, watching the lies come out of him, and watching, you know how you can watch somebody make up stuff as they talk? You know, he'll make up a number. He'll say prices are going down 200, 300, 400, and even 600%. He just, just throw that shit out there. Hey, Jay, you say she's been had and had bad. Yeah, that is absolutely the case. She has been had and had bad. That is that is an understatement, brother. That is an understatement. But in a minute I'm gonna play a few of those excerpts. But I only grabbed the ones that was pertaining to just the blatant way he's putting racism out there. The way he works it into so many different statements. He can be making a statement about anything and work the racism into it. It's amazing to watch. It's incredible to watch. You know, how he does it. But this clip that I want to play right now, this clip is the kind of clip that makes me sad. And this clip is the kind of clip that keeps me aware of the fault that we black folks share in this. He's ended 8 wars. Yeah, well, you know he mentioned that today, too. Hey, at one point, check this out, y'all. At one point, he said, you know, somebody told me, one of the top generals, top military people told me, you know, you do everything, you executed everything perfect. You do everything perfect. Everything went perfect. And he said, yeah, I know. I told him, yeah, I know. Everything perfect. Everything went perfect. You do everything perfect. A top military general told him that. Top military man. That dude. And you know what? You can go anywhere in America and hear a supporter say he ended 8 wars. Oh, man, that's crazy. But hey, check this out. I'm going to play this video. And this video don't pay any of the white folks any attention because, you know, that's not why I actually why I grabbed this video. There's one black guy in this video. And when I saw the kid that made this video, it made me sad. It really made me sad, but it is so representative of black people. This guy is representative of black folks. And it just shows the fault that we have to take in this. Black people are to be blamed equally for this shit, okay? Let's get that out there right now. Let's get it out there right now. Black people, we are to be blamed equally for this shit that's going on right now, today. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Ain't no way around it. Listen to this video, and it's short. And again, don't pay the typical Trump supporter or non-supporter any attention. Just watch for the black guy.
Trump's doing in office so far?
Really? I think he's doing great.
How do you think Trump's doing in office so far?
Did a great job on the economy.
How do you think Trump's doing in office so far?
I don't like him.
How do you think Trump's doing in office so far?
I am apolitical.
How do you think Trump's doing in office so far?
Oh, I think he's doing good.
How do you think Trump's doing in office so far?
Terrible.
Why?
Well, he's an asshole.
How do you think Trump's doing in office so far?
I think he's doing okay.
How do you think Trump's doing in office?
He's not doing well.
Why?
Because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
What do you think Trump's doing in office?
Phenomenal.
Why?
Phenomenal.
How do you think Trump's done in office so far?
Fairly decent.
How do you think Trump's doing in office?
Good.
How do you think Trump's doing in office?
Don't care. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
How do you think Trump's doing in office so far?
I think he's doing great.
Why?
I just like the way things are going.
Did you see that shit? Did you see that shit? That is atypical of an answer from black people around this country. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard an answer like that from a black person. I don't care. What's going to happen is going to happen. If that ain't the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life, that makes my blood boil because that's exactly what you're going to hear. It'll be like other black folks that on break right now. Hey, understand this. I get that. We got to step back and take a break from this stuff. I have to take a break from this stuff all the time. Okay? I have to take a break from this stuff all the time. You got to. But that is to have a complete misunderstanding of the world around you. That is someone who is so ignorant of the things that pertain to his own life, the things that guide his entire life. He has no clue. No clue. He's walking around with his thumb up his ass and just whatever happens, happens. You know, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I wish there was a way. And hey, if this makes me a bad person to wish this, then I am a bad ass person. Okay? I wish there was a way that we could gather up all of the I don't care motherfuckers. Whatever's going to happen, motherfuckers. Just gather them up and let's shove them up in front as a buffer between all of us that do care and the Stephen Millers of the world and the Charlie Kirks of the world. Let's shove them up there in front as a buffer since they don't care. Since they don't care, y'all just gather around up in the front, okay? And we'll be back here in the back, and we'll back you up if you holler. If you holler, we'll come running. I don't care. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You know what? I wonder how he would feel if he's in deep doodle at some point. He say, hey, I need some help. And the person say, I don't care. Hey, whatever happened to you is going to happen, And they're all around us. Yes, they are. They're all around us. Being like Rosa Parks at work. Right on time for Black History Month. Okay, Rosa. All right. Oh, that ought to be interesting. Boy, I wish I was a fly on the wall for that. I wish I was a fly on the wall for that one. Golly. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I think I got to make an adjustment on one of my cameras. Oh, anyway. So I presented that video again to tell the world just how much of the blame you can lay right at us black people, at we black folks. You can lay a whole shitload of that blame right at our feet. Right at our feet. I only wish there was something. I wish there was something that could be done that could miraculously wake some of us up. Wish I could come up with it. Wish I could come up with something, because right now, we live in a society where it's popular to be stupid. The dumber you are, the more popular you are, Case in point, the guy that was speaking at Davos today. I wish there was a way we could make being aware and paying attention popular. Because that's the only way to take off. It's got to be popular. I had an idea once, and this idea, just an idea off the top of my head, I wanted to start an after-school thing in one of the schools. An after-school thing where the kids that were interested could come to class or come to a place and share what they learned about their environment, their surroundings, life in general. What did they read in the newspaper? What did they hear on the news? And I could like provide something like, hey, I give you, if I had the money, if I could come up with some kind of shared funding or something, and it'd be like you get $5 for every during the evening, when you come in and you share what you picked up that day in the news or about your environment or about something going on around you, that you wanted to share. $5, per day per student. That was just an idea. Never really floated it around. But it was an idea to make going to find out something popular. Going to learn something that you can share. Go, come in this evening and share something you picked up today. Something in the news or something that's going on that ain't got nothing to do with Nicki Minaj or Diddy or any number of these other jackasses that's being paid to be dumb and stupid and entertaining, Just an idea I had, and I often think about it and wonder if there was a way I could have made that work. I still roll it around every now and then, this old noodle, and nothing ever come of it, of course, but every now and then I keep rolling it around. What could we do to make it popular, starting with the young folks? It's got to be popular to pick up some knowledge. Hey, that's everybody's homework assignment. If y'all figure it out, let me know. If y'all can figure it out, somebody let me know. Because, boy, we got some dumbass old folks out there. We got some folks that's about dumb as hell right about now out there. So, I tell you what, it is scary. It is scary. So we're gonna get into this guy at Davos today. I am going to play these a couple of excerpts from what happened at Davos. Listen and tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. Y'all know I have been wrong so many times. Wish that wasn't the truth, but it is. Tell me if I'm wrong, and this man didn't take every opportunity to work in some measure of racism. Check it out.
But it's happened very quickly. This afternoon, I want to discuss how we have achieved this economic miracle, how we intend to raise living standards for our citizens to levels never seen before, and perhaps how you too and the places where you come from can do much better by following what we're doing, because certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And we can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody and say I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good. But it's not heading in the right direction. In recent decades, it became conventional wisdom in Washington and European capitals that the only way to grow a modern Western economy was through ever-increasing government spending, unchecked mass migration, and endless foreign imports. The consensus was that so-called dirty jobs and heavy industry should be sent elsewhere, that affordable energy should be replaced by the Green New Scam, and that countries could be propped up by importing new and entirely different populations from faraway lands. This was the path that sleepy Joe Biden administration and many other Western governments very foolishly followed, turning their backs on everything that makes nations rich and powerful and strong. And there's so much potential in so many nations. The result was record budget and trade deficits and a growing sovereign deficit driven by the largest wave of mass migration in human history. We've never seen anything like it. Quite frankly, many parts of our world are being destroyed before our very eyes, and the leaders don't even understand what's happening. And the ones that do understand aren't doing anything. The situation in Minnesota reminds us that the West cannot mass import foreign cultures which have failed to ever build a successful society of their own. I mean, we're taking people from Somalia, and Somalia is a failed, it's not a nation. Got no government, got no police, got no military, got no nothing. And then we have this fake congressperson who they just reported is worth $30 million. You believe this? Ilhan Omar, talking about the Constitution provides me. She comes from a country that's not a country, and she's telling us how to run America. Not going to get away with it much longer, let me tell you. The explosion of prosperity and conclusion and progress that built the West did not come from our tax codes. It ultimately came from our very special culture. This is the precious inheritance that America and Europe have in common. We share it. We share it, but we have to keep it strong. We have to become stronger, more successful, and more prosperous than ever. We have to defend that culture and rediscover the spirit that lifted the West from the depths of the Dark Ages to the pinnacle of human achievement. We live in an incredible, changing period. It's an unbelievable time, but we have to take advantage of the time that we're in. In our hands are technologies that our ancestors could scarcely have. I mean, they couldn't have even dreamt some of the things that we see today. Consequences of such destructive policies have been stark, including lower economic growth, lower standards of living, lower birth rates, more socially disruptive migration, more vulnerability to hostile foreign adversaries, and much, much smaller militaries. The United States cares greatly about the people of Europe. We really do. I mean, look, I am derived from Europe, Scotland and Germany. 100% Scotland, my mother, 100% German, my father. And we believe deeply in the bonds we share with Europe as a civilization. I want to see it do great. That's why issues like energy, trade, immigration, and economic growth must be central concerns to anyone who wants to see a strong and united West, because Europe and those countries have to do their thing. They have to get out of the culture that they've created over the last 10 years. It's horrible what they're doing to themselves. They're destroying themselves. It's beautiful, beautiful places. We want strong allies, not seriously weakened ones. We want Europe to be strong. Building a golden dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your Prime Minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. But they should be grateful to us. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements. What we did for Israel was amazing, but that's nothing compared to what we have planned for the United States, Canada, and the rest of the world. We are going to build a dome like no other.
Now, those were different excerpts where he managed to keep inserting their culture and immigration, and how their culture is being destroyed by allowing immigrants in all of the European countries are doing the same thing, letting immigrants into their country, and it's destroying their culture. And he managed to work this in over and over and over again during this hour and some odd long speech. Just over and over and over, he managed to work in how bad it is to let immigrants into your country and how Europe is failing because of the immigrants they're letting in. And we share our culture. Our culture is shared. It is absolutely amazing. I never thought that I would be sitting here, looking at a time where a president, so-called president, is so outwardly racist. So not hiding it, not even attempting, to be anything but racist. Only to have people listen to it and try and convince you that he's not racist. And I'll tell you what that is. That goes back to something I discussed long time ago on this podcast. Long time ago, I discussed that. And I'm going to explain it to you again. That is the phenomenon of allowing the racist to make the definition. Okay, you understand me? Listen to me carefully. That's what's happening when you allow the racist to define what racism is. A racist can look at everything he says and try and convince you that it's not racism, because he wants to make the definition of racism. He insists, this guy that supports that guy insists that he holds the definition of what racism is, not the person that the racism is directed to. You follow me? The last time I heard our culture and heritage, you picked up on that, James, did you? The last time I heard our culture and heritage was on a movie called Oh Brother, How Art Thou? Is that the name of that movie? Anybody see that movie? With Clooney and I think one of the Totoros. But oh brother, why art thou? Oh brother, how art thou? I think that's the movie. There was a gentleman in there that got rode out on a rail. He was on the he had the mic and he said, "Is you is or is you ain't my constituency? Oh brother, where art thou?" Okay, there you go. Oh brother, where art thou? That's the one. And he made a rant about our culture and heritage. Well, he might as well have been standing on stage at Davos today. Because that's all this was about for him today. Not to mention, the 100 or so lies that he told about 8 wars, drugs not coming into the country. Drugs coming into the country is down 97%. 97%. We getting the drug companies to drop prices by 200, 300, 400, 600%. I guess somebody told them, stop saying 1,000 and 1,500%. when you say that, you're literally saying the drug companies are paying people to take the drugs. Stop saying that. Somebody must have checked them really bad. Somebody walked in and shook them. Look, fucker, stop saying that. We're getting prices down 1,500%. So the drug company is going to pay me to take their drugs, huh? Oh, my God. The guy is incredible. So that's what his speech was about today. Now, thankfully, there was another guy there today who didn't put on a speech. He was just in attendance. But he was asked what he thought. Okay? He was asked what he thought. And I thought, in all fairness, we should hear what he had to say. This person was Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom was in the house. And let's have a listen at what Gavin Newsom had to say.
Where the hell has everybody been? Stop with this bull diplomacy of sort of niceties, and somehow we're all going to figure it out. Stop saying one thing privately and another publicly. Have some spine. Have some balls. This is diplomacy with Donald Trump. He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you. One or the other.
And you're
people need to stand, but no, the Europeans could be if they continue down this path and process. They need to stand tall, stand firm, stand united. The Europeans should decide for themselves what to do, but one thing they can't do is what they've been doing, and they've been played. This guy's playing folks for fools, and it's embarrassing. I can't take this complicity. People rolling over. I should have brought a bunch of knee pads for all the world leaders. I mean, handing out crowns and this is pathetic. Nobel Prizes that are being given away. I mean, it's just pathetic. And I hope people understand how pathetic they look on the world stage. I mean, at least from an American perspective, it's embarrassing. Who knows what happens in that respect? But with Donald Trump, you saw what happened to Maduro. You see what's happening on American streets. You saw what happened in the state of California, where he put 700 active duty Marines. He didn't send them overseas. Last year, he sent them to an American city, second largest city in the United States of America. He's got 1,500 active folks, members of the military, on call near Minneapolis.
Well, I concur. I concur. Okay, I concur. Especially about the part where he should have brought all them motherfuckers some knee pads. Okay? Because that's exactly what it looked like. Like I said Monday, it blows my mind. It blows my mind to see leaders around the world. Leaders around the world acting as if they are shaking in their boots and just falling over themselves to give this child something shiny. Hurry up, somebody give him something shiny. You know he likes gold. God knows the man likes gold. Have you seen how gaudy the White House is now? How gaudy the White House is. It's pretty disgusting, actually. You got to expect that when there's a guy that has absolutely no taste whatsoever involved in the decorating. He's got no taste at all. So, but that is who he is. They just trip over themselves, just handing him shiny things. Somebody take him something shiny so he won't say that today. So he won't come after us. He won't put tariffs on us if you give him something shiny. Tell him how wonderful he is. Now, again, I keep hearing how when you're in the room with him, he just sits there and stinks. Apparently he stinks up the room. And nobody, well, they all just stand around trying to breathe and give him stuff. A good can of spray paint and all that gold shit. Yeah, I agree with that. That's what needs, a good can of spray paint in the joint. Hey, I tell you what, some black, red, and green on the wall. Hopefully it's tacky stuff. Yeah, you know what? I can't, I'm hoping he do build the ballroom, which we've heard nothing about. There's nothing going on the ballroom. Nothing. It's up to $400 million, and there's no construction. Because he can't get along with any contractors. He can't get along with any builders. No architects can he get along with. Surprise. Now, when he called them and told them to tear that building, that part of that building down, somebody should have walked in and carted him off to the crazy house that day. If he's so bad, what does that say about your party who lost to him? It says they're an awful piss poor party, sir or ma'am. That's what it says. It says that they are an awful piss poor party. Does that answer your question? It is a shame. It is a shame that this guy is just allowed to stomp around a can of deodorant. Oh, do we have a Trumper here? Yeah. Apparently we do, and that's okay. We're not going to call any names. We ain't going to trip because that's just the way it is. Let's see. What are you saying? They're like that because they've allowed racist hypocrite voices in their party. Let me see if I can understand that. They're like that because they've allowed racist hypocrites in their party. I don't know which party you mean. I don't know which party you mean have the racist hypocrites in it. I do know that there's a very old saying, and that saying is, you do not have to be a racist to be in the Republican Party. But if you are a racist, the Republican Party is for you. That's a very old saying. So look it up. You don't have to be a racist to be in the Republican Party. But if you are a racist, the Republican Party is for you. And you're saying your party. Well, I would beg to differ with you on that. But I also understand that if you are a follower of this administration, I already know this one thing is a fact. You probably only watch Fox News. You probably only watch Newsmax and stuff like that. So you only hear what they want you to hear. That's probably the case. Get off the Democrat plantation, do your culture a favor. I wish I could do my culture some favors. I will go with you on doing my culture some favors. The Democrat plantation is probably not the same as yours, but whatever. I'm very racist towards stupid, fat, orange idiots. Well, I tell you what, orange idiots. I tend to not want to deal with any idiots, but again, I ain't gonna call this person an idiot right here. I will say, people who support this guy, there's nothing you can say to them. Okay, remember one thing. We are talking about people who don't care what this guy says. He can say anything and they will support it. That's the problem when you're talking about a Trump supporter. Trump can say anything. I have not seen one Trump supporter that will say to me, this is where I draw the line on something Trump or this party will do. We all aren't pandering white liberals. You can get what you want. You may find we want it too. Okay. Again, I don't know you. That's why I'm not going to, from what you have exhibited, you seem to be a supporter of this administration, or at least a non-supporter of the opposition party. And I can't even call them an opposition party because they putting up no opposition. The Democratic Party is about as lame as a guy who just got his legs run over by a bus. Okay, the Democratic Party is, sad. It's sad. So, you mean the party that panders to you for votes? Both parties pander for votes. Let's get that straight. Okay? The party you support panders for votes. Now that party you support is doing some awful shit. I tell you what. Tell me one thing Congress is doing right now. Congress is run by your party. Okay? Congress is run by your party right now. Tell me what Congress is doing today. Give me one thing Congress is doing today. Okay? That is doing for America. That is helping America. One thing. I'll wait. So, while you think about that, it is sad that this guy gets to stomp around and throw his weight around. Now, I thought he was on an America First agenda, but nothing he seems to be doing is helping America in any way. You could call balls and strikes, you could come off more credible. Okay, whatever, man. Again, I already know. See, there's one difference. There's one difference between a Republican and a Democrat. Actually, two. Two differences. Two differences between a Republican and a Democrat. And I'm going to tell you those two right now. A Republican, once they believe something, there is nothing you can say or do to show them anything else. Their mind is locked like a trap door, and there's nothing you can do to open it. It's just closed. You can show them all of the proof in the world. You can show them, you can show them black and white all day long. But if Trump tell them not to look at it, Trump will say, hey, don't believe what you see or hear. Now, when I hear somebody tell me not to believe my eyes, that's when you've lost me. Donald Trump walked out in front of everybody and said, I could go out in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and not lose any support. Said it right on camera in front of the world. And he's proved it 100%. It does not matter what he says. His supporters will support him no matter what. That's the difference. A Democrat, you can actually reason with a Democrat and get him to understand when there's proof right there in black and white. You can reason with a Democrat. His mind is not shut like a trap door. That's the difference. And as far as the rich, see, you'll hear people talking about, well, it's rich Democrats too. There's rich Democrats too. What about the billionaire Democrats? This is that second difference between Republicans and Democrats. The Republicans, the wealthy Republicans, will mash the shit out of everybody beneath them until their feet are in the water. Okay? And they will keep mashing until their neck is in the water. The Democrats understand. The Democrats understand that you need somebody to be out of the water for them to stand on. The rich Democrats understand that they need somebody's shoulders to stand on that is not underwater. The Republicans will mash every last one of us underwater until their own neck is underwater. That's the difference. The two differences. There's nothing I can tell this Trump supporter. Absolutely nothing. He's not going to listen. He or she. I'm assuming it's a he. He's not going to listen. I'm not going to sit here and call him names. There's no need for me to sit here and call him names. I understand how he thinks. If you call it thinking. It doesn't matter what anybody says. His mind is made up. The hardest thing on this planet, to change is someone else's mind. I don't listen to black supremacist hypocrites. Black supremacist hypocrites. I tell you what, I don't know if you're calling me a black supremacist, but you should go back and listen to the beginning of this podcast after this is over with. You should go back and listen to the beginning, and you probably will change your mind about me being a black supremacist. Get help for your TDS. Take care. Uh, hey, there you have it. Now, you know what? Hey, man, I tell you what, please come back. As a matter of fact, it's been an hour and I am about to close this show out. Do us a favor and come back and let's talk some more. Don't be a stranger. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in and giving me your input. We can talk more. Come on back. I'm on Monday night and Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, and you're more than welcome to come back and let's talk some more. On that note, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. This has been interesting. This has been good. Love it. Absolutely love it. Candles don't lie. Dude, come on back. I enjoyed you. Everybody else, I appreciate it. Thank you. And I will see you all Wednesday. Not Wednesday, but Monday. I will see you all Monday. I was about to do it again. Y'all take it easy. If you got something you want to share with me, there's the email. And I want everybody to stay healthy. Take care of each other. Be nice to each other. And we'll talk again Monday. Y'all take it easy, okay? I'm out.